Hello everybody, my name is Antonio and I am a student of Computer Science and Technologies for Software Development in Bari, and today I will show you how beautiful my town can be. Of course, we don't have the Eiffel Tower or super giant bridge, but we have one thing that many other cities lack, and I'm talking about the spirit of a strong united town which always knows how to get out of difficulties. But before you get too bored, let me introduce you to this magnificent town. Welcome to Scanzano Jonico.
Today I don't feel like doing anything. I just wanna lay in my bed. Don't feel like picking up my phone, so leave a message at the tone. 'Cause today I swear I'm not doing anything. I'm gonna kick my feet up, then stare at the fan. Turn the TV on, throw my hand in my pants.
Scanzano Jonico is an Italian village of 7,868 inhabitants. Yeah, I know, we're not many inhabitants, but here, in my country, we say meglio pochi ma buoni, that it means better few but good. And it's true. So, as I told you, Scanzano is located in the province of Matera, precisely in southern Italy, and the beaches of Scanzano are washed by the Ionian Sea, one of the most beautiful seas in the world. But you must know that before 1974, Scanzano was not an autonomous town, but rather a fraction of another town called Montalbano Jonico, which is practically attached to Scanzano. But let's not waste any more time, because I want to take you with me to discover Scanzano. As you have already seen from the videos, I want to take you with me to one of the most relaxing and beautiful places in Scanzano, from which the name of the town derives. In fact, I'm talking about the lighthouse, also called Aragonese Tower, because it was built in the 16th century under Spanish rule. Initially, this tower was used for sighting, but later the lighthouse for fishermen was also introduced. The tower is of simple construction with a square plan and can be accessed on some certain days, which is open to the public. It's also possible to climb up above the lighthouse and enjoy a splendid view of the sea. Why not? Maybe at the sunset with a beer in hand. I almost forgot, the tower is open from July 1st to September 30, Wednesday and Fridays from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. If, on the other hand, you are a more late-comer tourist, you can always visit the tower from October 1st to June 30, every Wednesday from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Hey, feeling good, like I should.
Well, now it's time to take you to heaven, and I literally mean heaven. I'm talking about the fantastic sea that you will find in Scanzano Jonico. As I said at the beginning, our coast is washed by the Ionian Sea, and in the summer, hundreds of tourists come here to relax and enjoy our fabulous sea. In fact, in summer, Scanzano becomes a tourist destination, as many people come here to spend the holidays. As you may have seen from the shooting near the sea, in Scanzano there are several tourist villages that in the summer are filled with people who come from all over Italy. There are also many lidos on the beach, and some are particularly beautiful. In fact, there is a lido at the entrance to the sea called Lido Sabbiadoro, and the name itself represents how beach that really gives a gold-colored sand. I'm talking about this beach because it has recently become quite famous for the services it offers. It is also one of the most inclusive beaches in the area. Here, facilities are set up for people with disabilities. So, the Sia of Scanzano, as you can see from the videos, is something breathtaking that can give you many emotions. In fact, it is traditional to spend the night of August 10th by the Sia to wake up with the sunrise reflecting on our crystal clear waves. Trust me, if you happen to visit my town, do it in August and enjoy a night on the shore to the beach and a sunrise like you have never seen it before.
Okay, it's okay. Feeling good.
The last place I want to show you, but not least in importance, is the center of the town, where you can visit an ancient palace called Palazzo Baronale, that is, in English, Baronial Palace. You have to think about that this structure was built more than 1000 years ago by the monks and subsequently passed to the dominion of Pedro de Toledo, who, in the 16th century, decided to enlarge this structure by completely changing it. The name derives from the fact that once the baron lived in this palace with his family. Speaking about family, do you know this building is haunted? Yeah, the legend says that one day the baron woke up and no longer found his daughter, who, according to some, was kidnapped. But this was never ascertained, as after a long period she was found murdered. And it's said that even today, between the walls of that building, can be heard the screams of this little girl who, in the middle of the night, is torn away from her family. Yeah, I know, this story is a bit scary indeed, but also very fascinating. Today, however, in the Baronial Palace there are municipal offices, a library, and areas where mini exhibitions are organized. Oh, and I forgot to tell you that in the Baronial Palace there is also a small church that is currently being used, but this is not the main church of Scanzano Jonico. Unfortunately, I will not be able to show you the main church, as it is being restored, but maybe this will be a good reason for you to come and see it yourself once the restoration is finished. But let me go back in time for a moment, because now I want to make you understand how united the community of Scanzano really is. That's why I want to talk to you about 2003, a date that is remembered with honor in Scanzano, a date that marks an important victory for the people of Scanzano. In that year, the soil of our town was designated as a single national place for the collection of nuclear waste for a territory of about 60,000 cubic meters. And in November of that same year, all the population of Scanzano and beyond rose up and began to rebel for this choice, which would have had serious consequences, even from the moment in which the economy of Scanzano is completely based on agriculture. This would have done so that our territory was marked as a nuclear territory, and that all our production would be excluded from most of the markets. It's for this reason that people rebelled. Everyone ended up on the street to strike for hours and for whole days, with children in their arms and agricultural vehicles. It was only thanks to the union of the people that on November 27th Scanzano was cancelled from the official decree of nuclear waste. This period in Scanzano was crowned as the period of the 100,000 in Scanzano Jonico, because, similarly to the March of the 100,000, all the populations around Scanzano joined the rebellion, forming a very large group that overthrew an entire government system. This is what Scanzano is. A small town, but strong enough to be able to move a national decree. And this is the spirit I love most of my country. What can I say? We have reached the end of this tour. I hope it hasn't made you too bored. But remember one thing well, I only showed you a piece of Scanzano. Now it's up to you to find out everything. I often hear people from my country who say that Scanzano is not a nice place to live, but only a place to spend the holidays just because there is a sea. Well, I totally disagree with these people. I guess they don't even remotely know what they are saying. Scanzano, as small as it is, full of traditions, of local foods, of the famous pepperoni cruschi that will make you stomachache for how many you eat. They are really too good. In short, I particularly believe that we must always see the positive sides of any place. They are all good at looking for shortcomings of a country, finding problems and complaining, but how many manage to bring out the strong points of the country? How many manage to enhance the country? Believe me, let the rumors go by and visit this town, especially if you're nearby. Dedicate a day to the Ionian Sea and free your soul. I always like to remember a phrase from the writer Jean-Claude Hitzo that says, "Happiness is a simple idea when facing the sea." Thank you.